Happy anniversary, CABE. As we celebrate CABE's 50th anniversary, we reflect on the pivotal role of CABE and the statewide movement in shaping bilingual education policy, research, pedagogy, and practice from the 1970s to the 1990s. This marked a period of growth, groundbreaking research, innovative bilingual programs, and a strong statewide community.
CABE is an icon of strength and resilience.
In 1975, we saw ourselves like the Don Quixotes, because we had the Office of Civil Rights, we had the Task Force Remedies, we had the compliance process.
Like about 1976, I heard Ed Steinman speak and Jim Cummins speak and Steve Krashen, and I was floored. And I was so impressed that I was on the right path.
Immediately felt the connection and the support from a state organization that cared about all the issues that we cared about. So the values were in alignment, the activities were in alignment, and we wanted to be active.
When I was recruited by San Diego State to work with their Multifunctional Resource Center, which was funded by Title VII. We could be creative and we could invent and explore and zoom in on multilingual, multicultural education.
Key publications like Schooling and Language Minority Students, a Theoretical Framework, published by the California Department of Education, breached research and classroom practice, transforming bilingual education. Programs such as the Multifunctional Teacher Training Institutes and Title VII initiatives, alongside CABE conferences, expanded professional development and outreach across California.
Some of us who were following research came upon the work of Jim Cummins in Canada and others, talking about the advantages of bilingualism and bilingual education. And we just wanted to find out more about it. So we started inviting these folks to meet with us, and we held one session in Southern California. I believe it was in Riverside County, and Jim Cummins came out from Canada, and there were maybe 20 of us in the room, people from around the state, and our staff from Sacramento. And after that session with him and hearing what he had to say and following other threads of research, we decided that it would be wonderful if the department could put together some CABE presentations and, well, maybe a book that would not be aimed at scholars, but a collection of things that would help practitioners.
I thought my brain was just on fire working on the theoretical framework, but I also felt powerful because I was armed, with as I said, the law and research and a moral imperative.
That theoretical framework became part of the multi-district teacher training institutes. So it was during that period of time, it really was, as Alberto said, it was kind of the golden era, because we had research, we had practice, we had the State Department, we had the Title VII comprehensive centers. So there was a lot that was going on, and people were amazed at the quality of leadership in school districts that they knew so much.
I couldn't go any further without talking about the network that we formed with the Bilingual Teacher Training Project. That was a seminal moment. The Guillermo at the State Department of Education deciding that we should meet as county office personnel, and then in those meetings we would share, what are you doing? What's working, what's not, what's needed.
Despite rising opposition in the 1990s, CABE and bilingual education leaders stood up to the challenge to advocate for students, families, and educators.
There was a time that I thought we were invincible, and I'm not we, but our programs were solid. And so the fact that they could be challenged and that people would listen was, for me, as I mentioned earlier, I was so naive when I started. I thought this can't be. but yet it was.
227 was a campaign where parents were asked, do you want your child to learn English? And of course, the parents would say, yes, I want my child to learn English. But they were not going, deeper into what that meant for their education and the future of their children.
When I was Director of State and Legislative Affairs, that was the year, 1998, that Proposition 227 passed. And in the ensuing years, it was really a challenge for CABE, for the organization. It was a very sharp stab in the heart for the work that we were all engaged in together.
Especially during the darkest of days, during Prop 227, during Prop 187, during the Wilson years when we weren't even wanted here. And we just had to make sure that we were providing parents with information.
Because I felt often isolated, sometimes scared, sometimes not understanding. And being at CABE, I remember when we were all there together at one of our banquets, and we were all almost like chanting that we did not believe that decision was right. And that's when I really, really learned that we truly are a family.
What I learned also was, out of the ashes comes a fight.
It was the CABE board, it was the CABE team that really worked diligently to find a way to overcome those incredible challenges that Proposition 227 brought forth.
As always, CABE members and leaders did not back down and continue to advocate for innovative policies and programs that continue to support linguistically and culturally diverse students and their families, and building hope for the future.
So I have to say, in terms of CABE, in the political advocacy that it provided, not just for the standards, but that was a big one, but throughout, was enormous.
CABE has had a major impact with regards to the education that is provided to our English learners, and with regards to bilingual multicultural education.
Here at CABE, we got our first grant, our federal grant, and through that grant, we developed Project to Inspire. And we were able to, during the first series, we learned very valuable lessons on how to engage families.
And it's a long struggle, so just don't give up. Realize everything that has been built, because CABE started with a few volunteers in different areas, and so sí se puede.
Happy 50th anniversary, CABE!
Joyeux anniversaire, CABE!
Chúc mừng CABE 50 tuổi.
Happy anniversary!
Viva CABE!